This is Corey Mack with Mack Show MMA. I'm back again with another video, y'all. Carlos Ulberg is your new light heavyweight champion in the UFC. Congratulations to him. When everybody doubted in the moment, he came through. He came through in one of the biggest wins in UFC history, especially considering the situation that had happened. I want to break everything down for a second because Jiri made one of the all-time biggest mistakes in sports history, in UFC history. I mean, that was some of the dumbest low IQ moments I've ever seen. And long story short, during the fight in the first round, it was action-packed. Jiri was getting the better of Ulberg slightly, but the fight hadn't necessarily, broke out yet. It was kind of tit for tat, but again, Jiri had landed the more significant shots for the most part. All of a sudden, Ulberg made a funny move, and he ended up landing awkwardly on his back foot, which is his right foot, his right leg, I should say. And you can tell something popped. You could tell he injured something major. I don't know if it was ACL, MCL. It looked like a torn Achilles to me. I'm no doctor, but I watch a lot of sports. And it looked like to me he had a torn Achilles. I would not be surprised by tomorrow morning they announced that he have a torn Achilles, or even tonight for that matter. But something major had went wrong with Ulberg's leg. And Jiri, it was evident he felt sorry for him, so he wanted to give him a proper fight. He didn't want to go too rough on Ulberg. He did a lot of, when everybody noticed that Ulberg popped something in his leg or his calf, Jiri kind of taunted him and, kind of gave him a thumbs up, kind of was shrugging his shoulders, like, it's all right, let's go, we can fight, we can do a proper fight. Jiri continued to kick the front leg of Ulberg, which is the left leg, a few times, but he never really jumped on the opportunity to win the fight and get the fight over with. Ulberg, once he popped his calf or whatever happened with his leg, Ulberg continuously was flopping. I mean, he was like, every shot that Jiri threw almost, or whatever major movement that Ulberg did, he was falling to the mat. He fell about 4 to 5 times after his leg buckled. And Jiri just wanted to continue to stand in front of him and just kind of taunt and just kind of point towards the middle. Did a lot of taunting, but you can tell Jiri kind of felt sorry. So he didn't want the moment to end too soon. He didn't want the moment to end like that, you could tell. And what a mistake by him, because soon as he kind of made a lapse in judgment, he kind of rushed Ulberg with his hands down, and Ulberg just caught him with a left hook, a check left hook out of nowhere, and just dropped Jiri. Jiri was hurt bad. Ulberg jumped all on top of him, started beating his ass, and basically knocked him the fuck out. Jiri was knocked the fuck out. Jiri was knocked out, and the referee stopped it as he should have. And Carlos Ulberg, your new light heavyweight champion of the UFC. This is crazy. This is crazy. This was an all-time blunder by Jiri. And I'm not taking credit away from Carlos Ulberg at all, because Carlos Ulberg could have had quit this fight. Ulberg could have been said, man, fuck that. I ain't fighting no more. He got it. Something fucked up with my leg. I don't want to fight anymore. But Carlos Ulberg continued to look confident. He continued to look unbothered. Even though it was something obviously wrong with his leg, he did not let that affect his attitude. He did not let that affect his will to win. And Jiri got to understand, this is part of sports. And it's almost like that NBA team or that NFL team that's up by 30, 40. And they let off the gas and the other team come back and win. You can't give guys a chance to come back and win, man. When you see victory, when you smell blood in the fucking water, you got to be a shark. You got to be a motherfucking dog, and you got to go take that shit. And Jiri want to feel sorry for opponents or let off the gas because he feel like the fucking victory is already sealed. Jiri said in the post-fight that he pretty much thought the fight was won. And he said he kind of basically gave the fight away. That's basically what he said. He said he kind of felt sorry and caused what happened to happen. And Jiri apologized to all his fans. Damn fucking right you should apologize to your fans. Now, I had Jiri winning tonight because I felt like if you ain't Alex Pereira, you ain't beating him. Because anybody that came in front of Jiri that wasn't Alex Pereira lost. They got finished. And that's what I thought was going to be the case tonight. And it should have been the case. But like I said, Jiri made an all-time mistake. Jiri fucked up. Jiri fucked up big time. If I'm the UFC, just think about it from a business standpoint. It would have been better for business if Jiri would have won tonight. Now Carlos Ulberg got a victory on a fucked up leg. Carlos Ulberg is going to be out for some time. Carlos Ulberg, if that's a torn Achilles like I think, or any major leg injury, Carlos Ulberg is going to be out for at least a year. Now UFC scratching their head wondering what the fuck they're going to do. They're probably going to do an interim title fight. I'm pretty sure. And I don't know if Jiri is going to be a part of them plans. Paulo Costa got a huge victory tonight against Mirzakhanov. And I could see Paulo Costa versus Ankalaev for an interim. They ain't fucking with Jiri right now. Jiri fucked up big time. Jiri did an all-time mistake. That was one of the worst mistakes, decisions, and low IQ moments I've seen in sports history. Jiri cost himself a title tonight. Jiri cost himself money tonight. And now he got to go back to the drawing board. And he's at the mercy of the UFC. Because again, if I'm the UFC, I'm not putting him in a huge spot anymore to where he could fight for a title anytime soon. He need that Armin Sarukian treatment at this point, you know? Because that was a bad mistake tonight. But again, taking nothing away from Carlos Ulberg, he showed dog tonight. He showed a willingness to win tonight. And Jiri the one let off the gas. Carlos Ulberg did what he had to do. And that's Jiri's fault, man. And I feel bad for him in a way, but he did say in his post-fight as well, he said, this is a learning lesson. He said, I learned a big lesson tonight. So hopefully we see an even more ferocious Jiri. But I promise you, if Jiri is in this spot again to where he got somebody hurt and it's obvious that he's going to win, he's going to seal that victory up. He'll never make that mistake again. But who knows? He may not even be in that situation again. Who knows? Jiri may not ever get a title shot again. Jiri got clipped on the chin tonight. His chin looked kind of gone tonight. He got caught one time clean and was pretty much out soon after. So big mistake on his part. Jiri cost himself a title tonight. Carlos Ulberg is your new light heavyweight champion of the UFC. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they're going to do an interim in the meantime, because Carlos Ulberg, in my opinion, nothing has came out or nothing was confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure he got a major leg injury once again, and he won't be fighting for a while. So let's see what happens. Again, this is Corey Mack with Mack Show MMA. If you like the video, if you like any of my other videos, please subscribe. More videos coming soon. We will continue to talk about UFC 327. I got more videos dropping real soon, so stay tuned. Peace.